There goes Springs. And we're back. Yo, what's going on, everybody, man? We back for another episode, Nothing But Heat. It's been a while since we had all the guys on, man. Juice, we ain't been on a couple episodes. You know what I'm saying? We ain't really missed you, though, but...
Almost replace you with your kids.
Yeah.
Way more entertaining.
It would have been fine.
Way more
Get their ass something to do.
Have Jay look work every day, man.
Jay look exactly like you, boy.
Jay look like you. Jay look just like her mama, man. That shit crazy.
Just like that.
I would say Jay's got all the personality.
Man.
Good luck. Y'all enjoy y'all Father's Day, man?
Man, that shit was great, man. I actually got a chance to hang out with my kids for a nice little day. Went to the park. Took them to the hood park on Rainbow Beach. You know.
Oh, shit.
On the beach.
Glass in the fucking sand and shit.
You know, I'm from the east side, so I got.
Yo, we know you ain't never leaving.
Then we hit up JoJo's Shake Bar.
Oh, yeah.
That shit is good. Like, customer service is good. Food don't take too long to get ready to you. The only thing is, though, is that they gonna make sure that them kids order the expensive milkshakes. Though.
Right.
Like,
The vegan ones?
No, not even the vegan ones. So, like, they got the basic milkshakes. You get you a nice little chocolate, vanilla, cookies and cream. Just basic. Shake, cup,
Some shit you
top.
can get at Wendy's.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Then for $15, you got your shake, you got a fucking mound of Oreos, you got marshmallows, whipped cream. Right. So kids see that on my mom.
I want 3 of them.
My daughter's 5. I knew damn well she couldn't finish a whole fucking monstrous ass milkshake, but I let her get it anyway. It's Father's Day, so let them do what they want to.
I wouldn't do my day.
What about you?
Fucking kids. I dropped my daughter off. You know, I have a lot anyway, so I went to just chill with my pops and shit like that, just talk to him. You know what I'm saying? With my uncle and shit like that. Of course, my mom was there, but every day, Father's Day, really. Nah, I know I don't want to sound cliche, but shit, when you got all the time, a lot, you know, she with me a lot. She was gonna be here today, but I couldn't. As y'all saw last episode, that girl did not sit.
Nah, bro, we can't have her.
Yeah, her ass would have been here telling us what to do. She's definitely eventful. Like, I would never thought fatherhood would be as cool as it is. You know
That's ain't cool, man.
it definitely is better marriage. But
I agree.
but like,
Right, speaking for someone.
it's fun though. Like, especially because you see a little person, it's your mini me. You know what I'm saying?
And you put whatever piece of yourself you want into that.
And then you see this shit, like, and then you're basically learning life all over again. Like, you literally gotta learn your alphabet all over again, your numbers, and like that shit's annoying. But that once they start getting their personality, you gotta record it so you can show them when they order like this was you. So it's definitely cool though.
She's gonna have a lot of moments, man.
A lot of
That's
moments. I record everything.
That's what's up.
Don't have kids.
I'm facts.
So
Man.
don't have kids, don't get married.
Enjoy life. No, have kids though. I don't know what marriage is.
All right, man. So shit, man. Speaking about enjoying life, man. You know, a lot of people are always hitting us up like, oh man, thanking us, like telling us like, Pillar's doing good, y'all so successful. So today we want to dabble into our topic.
You're not going to announce why people have been saying that kind of lately?
Well, you kind of see it, you know what I'm saying? You can be successful on different levels, so that's why we're going to kind of get into that. But we're going to get into, like, how do I become successful? Because I see a lot of things on the internet, like, about how much work you should put in, you know, the amount of time you should spend doing this versus having fun, you know what I'm saying? So I kind of want us to open up into a topic on how to become successful, because people can rate success at different levels. You know what I'm saying? Much like, so I Googled the definition of success, and the first, you know what I'm saying, main definition I got of success is the opposite of failure, obviously. It is the status of having achieved and accomplished an aim or objective. Being successful means the achievement of desired visions and planned goals. The dictionary describes success as the following: attaining wealth, prosperity, and or fame. So that may not be the definition of success to certain people.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So like, I want to get into, back to our topic, like how do I become successful? So I mean, the first thing I realized when it comes to success is you have to have a plan, because you can't be successful if you don't know what you want to be successful in. Actually.
Yeah, like a goal.
Yeah, like a goal, you know what I'm saying? So most of the time, like, when it comes to success, it's not all about being an entrepreneur. Even if you got a career field, you have to find something that, to me, that you're good at. You know, because a lot of people do a lot of things for money, but they don't really like the shit. You feel me? Like when you want to be successful in something, you got to really have a passion for it.
And that's why I think it's no blueprint to success, and I don't think it's really a true definition to success because I think it's opinionated. It's what someone else, like you said, I think one of the words in there was desire.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like your goals and my goal might be completely different. Some people want a, you know what I'm saying, a 9 to 5, a white house with white picket fence, a family, you know what I'm saying, things like that, and be able to do that on a daily basis, which is fine. I can't say that's wrong. You know what I'm saying? That's successful to them to want to be the manager at, you know what I'm saying, a Fortune 500 company or the CEO of the Fortune 500 company, or just to, some people is technically successful by just being the first person that graduated in their family. You know what I'm saying? So it all depends on that person and what their goals is. Some people don't want much, you know what I'm saying, out of life. There's a lot of people that don't want much out of life. They just want to live life. Like you said, I could be making this much money but not happy.
Man,
you know what I'm saying?
And money not everything to everybody.
Exactly. You know what I'm saying? So I think the definition within itself is cool, but it's definitely, whoever wrote it, it's their opinion.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
because
saying?
it's based on what you view your own success is. Because for me, an example is when I worked at Chase. On paper at Chase, I was very successful. I was one of the highest performing bankers in my whole region since the moment I became a banker at Chase. But I didn't like working there. Like eventually, I started just like right before, which is just crazy that the timing happened. But right before the pandemic happened, I was starting to feel stagnant. Like it was like I started seeing where the ceiling would be, and it was just like I don't want to do this much longer, you know. And it just so happened that Pillars was also developing at the same time, where it was just like it's something I was kind of pushing to want to go towards anyway. But everyone at my job was like, "Man, you got everything. Like, you know, the some of the CEOs know you, the people in the higher ups of the Chicago region know you, people blah blah blah. You got all the connections, but it's just like I don't really care because I don't really want to be here. Like, it was so much of a it was just like, it felt like work. It really felt like work. So it's just like how you said, success is based on your definition because people could look at you and say, you're successful. But you could be like, nah, I'm only 10% where I want to be. Like, I haven't reached half of my goals yet. I'm just at a certain point right now that you can see, you know, like.
That's a good point you made is your goals.
Right.
Because you know what I'm saying, like, your goal can be to make $100,000 a year, and once you hit that, you get successful. And I think a lot of times, once you reach that level, you just kind of stay like, okay, I hit my level of success, I'm done. But the thing I would say with us is that once we hit one goal,
Right.
It's already
It's like-
107.
you made it there, get to the next one.
It should never stop.
Make it there, get to the next one.
That's what I was gonna say. Like, is there ever an end for satisfaction?
For some
It
people,
is though. It
For
is.
some
It's
people.
a glass ceiling type of effect, depending on what your goal is.
I would say the one thing about, you know what I'm saying, reaching success, like I said, I don't think it's no blueprint. I don't think it's no blueprint in life because my route and your route might be totally different.
Everyone
But long
has
as you
different
get there,
journeys.
you might get. It might take
Different
me
journeys.
longer. It might take you longer. But we get there at the same time. But I do think the one way to be successful in whatever you want is to sacrifice your wants to obtain your needs.
Facts.
If you sacrifice the wants, like, you want that, but do you actually need that? You know what I'm saying? Like, you need to get to the needs. The needs, obtaining the needs will get you to success. You know what I'm saying? Like, we had to, you know, sacrifice time. We had to sacrifice spending time with our family or
Years.
you know,
For
years,
years,
kicking
for years,
it, you know what I'm
yeah.
saying? Doing this, buying items that we shouldn't buy and things like that just to attain the needs to make the business be where it's at the moment it is right now. You know what I'm saying? Like, I had to quit my job, you know what I'm saying? Sit behind the desk daily, every day. You know what I'm saying? Monday through Sunday, no days off, things like that. It's tough. It's time consuming, but that's what, look back at it now, that's what got us here. You know what I'm saying? That grind, that sacrificing the wants. Like, hey man, we kicking the night. Like, nah, I really can't. You know what I'm saying? Do that. I'm not saying to do this. This is just my blueprint.
I mean, it's your.
you know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah, but it's
I'm eating you got Dre. Me and Dre, we eating fucking peanut butter and jelly sandwich and fucking noodles.
Scrambled eggs.
Now,
That's
is that by
ass.
choice?
Yeah.
Or
That's by
I'm
that.
with
You know what I'm saying? Like, could we go like?
It's a timing thing.
But it's a timing.
Yeah,
I don't want.
but
We don't want to spend our money on steaks and lobster every day and things like that just because we got the money. Because our end goal.
Yeah.
I know our end goal, and you know what I'm saying. Don't waste the money. Once we get it, we put it back into the business or put it back into whatever you want to be successful in. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't matter if you want to be fucking the strongest man in the world and shit like that. You got to sacrifice. Going
Not
out and
eating
kicking,
certain
right?
things,
Not eating
drinking
certain
certain
things, drinking certain things, because you got to wake up timely, 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock in the morning, to have this many workouts in just to get the body that you want. You know, it's sacrifice. You got to sacrifice the wants to get to your needs, and even paying for a trainer.
Yeah.
Like, oh shit, I got these new mics that come out. That money for your mics could have went
That's
to
an
your trainer.
investment. An investment.
Yeah, that's all it is.
Because it's like an example is like how y'all joked around before, but like I was always the going out guy. I would go out.
Rob guy.
Rob God, that's what I got. But I would go out, I would kick it, I would drink, I would party, and I would go to work the same way. And be fine. But the thing is, it changed because it's like now I value whatever freedom I have for this. Not saying this is like a struggle, but it's just like, all right, I value my time more. You know what I mean? Like I looked at it and it's just like, I don't have the time to just be partying and kicking because we're building an empire. It doesn't stop at the 3 stores we have now. It's going to go beyond that. Because for us, what determines success is seeing how far it can go. Like, okay, we had 1 store, then we got 2, then we got 3. We're working on 4. Who's to say in a couple more months we're not working on 5? Yeah, like to be honest, every year since we've gotten 1 store, it's been another store in the works of being built or being bought or being purchased or whatever the case may be. Like, it's just going to see how far we can go. And that's what I like about what we do is because we may have a goal in mind in terms of like what we see, what we want for ourselves. But for Pillars, it's like there's no actual set goal that I see. I see like, look, this go as far as like international. It don't have to stop at just Chicago. It can stop. It could go to other cities, other states, other countries eventually. Like, why not make it as big as the big brands like Gucci or like anything like that? Like, why does it have to stop at just what we are now?
So, we're coming up with like this topic. I came up with like 10 things I believe a successful person should have, and it's just my opinion. So, the 10 traits I think somebody should have is first thing you should do is set goals. You know what I'm saying? You got to be goal-oriented if you want to be successful. You got to set them and write them on paper. You can't just like think them. Because I think when you just think about something, you tend to forget it. Mm-hmm. So if you write it down, it's there. You put it into the universe. Facts.
Manifestation.
Facts. Number 2, you got to have drive. Like, you can't be successful if you don't have that drive to want to get up and put the work in. 3, self-reliance. Like, you got to be reliable with yourself. You know what I'm saying? You got to be a dependable person. You know, if you want to be a leader, you got to be the one that show everybody else how to move. Willpower. Because it get hard. Sometimes you got to fucking fight through whatever obstacles you fight through and mentally be stronger than what you think you can be. Patience. We all know it takes 5 years to really build a business. So that shit don't happen overnight. Even with the podcast, you know, we may have times where I look and I'm like, man, what the fuck? We don't have 1,000 views? Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Like, but I look at other people, even Gilly the Kid, $1 Million Worth of Game, he was working on that shit for years. For years before he even started getting buzz. You know what I'm saying? So you gotta have patience, integrity.
That's important.
Yeah.
That's why a lot of people fuck with us too.
Yeah, integrity, you know what I'm saying? You gotta have integrity in what you do. Passion. You gotta have a passion for what you like. You can't just go out there and say, I mean, because like a lot of people say, like, one thing a lot of people ask me is like, do you invest in trades? And it's nothing I think about because I don't fucking care about that shit. Mm-hmm. So like, I don't do shit just for money. I mean, maybe I'll pay an investor or somebody to do it for me, but that's not nothing I'm checking every day. You know what I'm saying? So I don't want to really put my money in that shit. Granted, a lot of people say it's easy money, but I don't do what a lot of people do. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't have passion for that shit.
Right.
What's the last couple? 3. Optimism.
You always got to believe that something.
Keep
It can always be better than what it is.
Facts. Facts.
Mind.
Self-confidence. That's another thing, because when we meet a lot of other business or people that work for jobs, they always downplay themselves. And when you say to yourself that you can't do something, most likely you're not
That's
gonna
the
do it.
first. That's the first.
Confidence is key. I don't think you can do shit without confidence. You know what I'm saying? It's just like a ball player going down the game. If he like, man, I'm gonna be ass today, he's gonna be ass. You know what I'm saying?
Cameron Payne is an example.
Confidence is everything, man. You hear about professionals saying when they lose their confidence. Ben Simmons.
PG.
Ben Simmons is supposed to be a generational talent. Motherfucker scored 5 points because I think he losing his confidence. He don't shoot the ball.
There's a lot of things on that list that he doesn't have though. But go
Yeah.
ahead, finish.
And then the last thing is
No, that's a serious.
the last thing is communication. You know what I'm saying? Especially if you're trying to be successful with a team, you gotta be able to communicate with one another. And we always talk about like how we can always tell each other something and we don't always take offense to it, you know what I'm saying, criticism. Or if we running late or something happened, we always communicating so like we're on point. Because at the end of the day, whatever you're doing, if you work for a job and you don't communicate to your boss what you got going on, you'll get fired.
Yeah. No
You know what I'm
question
saying?
about it.
If we working here and one of us can't come in and the other person is late and we're supposed to be open and somebody's not here, we got customers here, they don't give a fuck. You know what I'm saying? Like, we supposed to be open. So, you know what I'm saying? Those 10 traits, I believe.
Go back to, cause so I saw, let's see, it was drive and then what was the other one?
Self-reliance, willpower,
Willpower.
patience, integrity, passion.
And so I'm gonna go with just speak on it. The drive is probably the hardest part because everybody doesn't have that. Sometimes it takes for somebody else to push you, or for you to see something, see somebody else doing it, and be like, oh man, I need to get on my shit. Especially
But
the
not
people
only
that's
that,
around you.
if you fail a couple times, you be like,
Yeah.
fuck. Like, you lose the drive.
Yeah.
So sometimes the drive comes from the fact that, like, fuck, I failed, and then you leave, and then you kind of back off. But like you said, like, you kind of need to see someone else.
You see someone, and I think the patience thing is always key. And I know me and Dre we brought this up when we was first starting, and I kind of regret that we didn't do it. Is we should have vlogged how it was in the beginning.
Yeah.
I really, like, even when we were doing pop-up shops or when me and him was in the stores, I truly wish, like, damn, I thought about that today. Like, man, we should have vlogged this
So
shit.
that YouTube page would have been busting.
Like,
Yeah.
because a lot of people now just see the end result. You know what I'm saying? They see the success, but they didn't see the beginning. You know what I'm saying? Like I said before, from pop-up shops to shopping malls.
Well, not only that, when it was just you and Dre, and everybody else is kind of on the weekends.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
You know what I'm saying? Whenever we could be there. 'Cause
Or-
you were still working there.
Or
technically.
they in the store and me and you, we grab, he always drop bottles. What did we do? We went to the football field. We went to the football field.
Tailgate for the Bears game.
No. We went to the
flag football
this
field.
little CBL,
You know what I'm
flag
saying?
football field.
Paid about $500-$600 there just to see what we did to make sure that we got our brand out there. You know what I'm saying? The things that people don't see, they just think like, okay, 3-4 years later, damn, they just got that. How did that happen? I wish you would. Patience.
You gotta stay consistent.
You gotta stay
man.
consistent. You gotta be patient.
So the one that stood out to me the most was the willpower.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I tie that to mental fortitude as well. You know, like it's minimal negativity inside our circle. Minimal, if any. You know what
I
I'm
want to say
saying?
something too. That's
Like-
y'all. The
like-
vocabulary in this is fucking amazing. The vocabulary is fucking
Like,
amazing.
bro,
Everyone's college educated by
like, bro, niggas work every single day, long hours, before hours, after hours. It's no complaining, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, people push through that shit just because they understand what the goal is.
And also, in anything in life,
But that comes with communication too.
anything in life, if you can put an asterisk in there, you need a little luck.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Everything needs a little. You need something to go your way, cause something always gonna go wrong.
Yeah.
Something always gonna go wrong. You can't help that. You need a little luck, and the luck or blessing or whatever you say it is.
But I think that comes with integrity.
Yeah.
You move right. You know what I'm saying? Like,
The energy comes.
It just happened that we all, for sure though, went to school together, players together. We've been dealing with each other's personalities for over a decade, way more than a decade. So if we having an argument on something,
dispute or something.
I know how you're gonna react to it. You know how I'm gonna sound or whatever. When it's done, it's done. You know what I'm saying? Like we're used to this. A lot of people, it's not fortunate.
Their egos aren't in check.
Right. They're not fortunate to, you know what I'm saying? It ain't no, Mike think he better than me, or Rob think he better than me, or Juice, or Deuce, or Ron, or Dre. No one thinks they're better than nobody. We all trying to make each other be successful in our own different way. Because like we always said, at the end of the day, if 5 years from now, you guys want to just go and do your own thing, that's fine. You know what I'm saying? Because us as brothers, we helped each other, put each other in a position to succeed. You know what I'm saying? So we put you, let me get my words straight, took you from, you know what I'm saying, your 9 to 5, put you in a better predicament with way more money and more networking and just more to span. You could save your money. You could, 5 years from now, Deuce could have 5 fucking buildings in Chicagoland area. You know what I'm saying? Have his own shop. You could have, you know what I'm saying, you can have your own gym. You know what I'm saying? Whatever you want. You know what I'm saying? All just because where we started from. And that's fine. You know what I'm saying? You're not obligated to do this for the rest of your life. You know what I'm saying?
And that's something that just to give a little insight on what we talk about, but like that was something that happened in one of our meetings, when we had a meeting about like the future of the business, what we doing. It was something along the lines where it was just like, all right, hey, look, it's okay if you use pillars as a springboard. Like, use it as a form to build whatever you want. I'm not saying, like, that was something I do appreciate about y'all. Y'all never put it like, hey, this is it.
Yeah.
Y'all gotta, if you ain't with pillars, we don't rock with you. It's just like, nah, you use this to get whatever you need to get out of it, and then if you want something to do beyond that, go ahead and do it. We support you. We gonna always ride for you. And if shit don't go right, you know what I mean? Like, you know, you always got a home back here, but it's just like, it's just a good feeling to know that you always have something that, or a group of guys that always look out for you. So, you know, this is a beautiful thing. So it's just like, I just wish that a lot of people just do not use like what social media shows and shit and stuff like that to be like, okay, this is what success is. This is what it is. It's like, cause it's really a lot of hard work, and it's a lot of earned privileges because you put a lot of work towards that. Like it's not easy. Like,
there's no number on it, like you said.
Yeah.
Like, and that was a good thing you brought up. Like, one thing you can't do is measure your success with other people.
yeah.
You can look at other people as an inspiration for success and as a model to become successful, but I don't think you should measure, oh, this person 22 and bought a house, I'm still living in my mama crib, I'm not successful, because that's not the case.
Yeah, different predicaments. Everybody been placed in different fucking predicaments.
And
From the day you was born. Some people don't have shit from the beginning, bro.
Yeah.
It's people that had a head start.
Yeah.
Real shit.
Cause that was my motivation to always be better. Like in college, a lot of y'all were able to do a lot of things that I couldn't do. Like take vacations and go places. I had to work when spring break or Christmas break and stuff was happening. I couldn't do like, all right, we're gonna go to PCB or we're gonna go to this trip. I had to work because
Should have sold drugs.
I should have.
Should have sold a little pack in college with
I
cheese
should've,
and sell.
but I also was on some like, you know what? I'm not going to do nothing that I shouldn't have to do because I can make enough money doing this. I don't have to resort to that. Like I can do
You
that.
stayed true to who you was.
Yeah, like I can do that, but I don't have to do that. So, excuse me. So, what happened is in college, I always viewed it like I can make this kind of money, and when it's my time to shine, it's going to be my time to shine. And that's what I think people need to start thinking on. Like, don't view it like, oh, Mike Mike get all the new releases. Mike got the best car. Mike can do this. Mike do that. No,
He didn't tell a lie in that whole. I was gonna let him keep going, but like
but
part of keep going. Don't mind me.
but
Keep going. What you talking about?
but with that, it's just like that's Mike. That's not Rob. Rob time. When it's Rob time to shine, it's gonna be Rob time to shine. I just gotta work on it. If I want to get to that point where Mike is, I gotta work on it. I gotta bust my ass if I really want that. If I don't want that and I just want a certain thing, you gotta bust your ass towards. You can't just rely on and try and follow somebody else's blueprint because everybody's journey in life is different.
You know what made it kind of worse? I know you're finna go to the next. What kind of made it kind of worse of looking at other people's success? Social media. You know what I'm saying? But you know what I'm saying? But that's why I like, damn, I should have fucking showed it. No one really shows.
And it's cool. You can fake it till you make it.
Yeah, but nobody shows the beginning.
Struggle, yeah.
I saw I saw somebody today, and I'm like, this shit is what's it about? A girl posted, she got a business, and she showed her packages that she should have mail off. It was 4 little small packages.
I seen that.
It was like, it ain't much, but it's a start.
Yeah, I seen that.
And I'm like, that's what's it about.
Yeah.
Because ain't nobody in this motherfucker world, unless you just born rich, when you first created whatever item that you're selling, sold 1,000 right away.
And even if it's 1,000, it could be all fucking family and super close friends. Yeah, which is cool.
But I
I'm
love.
saying somebody else. My bad, not to cut you off. Say like, purchased my first car. That motherfucker was a hoopty. Most people first car, your shit go. My first car was a '96 Honda Accord. That motherfucker had a car phone in it. You know what I'm saying? And I was
a
in college.
Regal
Mine was
Supreme.
95 Regal.
And I was in college.
94.
I bought that
Regal
bitch in
GS
town.
Sport. Yeah.
Boy, I went right to the CD, man. I put a face up on that bitch.
Hold on, but that was my first car. My second car was a fucking Porsche.
You driving the Homer Simpson car with the oil in the bottom of that motherfucking toe.
Yeah, so you know what I'm saying.
That was your first car with the motherfucking bottles and shit.
So what do you think interferes people from achieving success? Discipline. Because in my eyes, I feel like everybody has it in them to be successful. Like I feel like everybody dreams and they think of ideas. It goes through everybody's mind. Like everybody thinks at some point about an idea or something to make money or something to put themselves in a position. But the thing is, they just don't do it. You know what I'm saying? Either they start it, they don't finish it, or they don't do it. Or like one of the things that we mentioned, the 10 things, they're not confident, they're not consistent.
I was going to say, mine would be, confidence. Like, because when something don't go right one way, people lose the confidence and say like, well, fuck this, I'm not doing this no more. Instead of saying like, all right, let me retool this, figure out another way to bring it out. And, I think a lot of people lose confidence after that first or second failure. Right. Instead of trying to keep pushing forward and find a new way to put their product out there. You know what I mean? Or do research. Because sometimes, like I remember...
Even with a job, because everybody not selling.
Yeah.
Everybody not selling stuff. Some people be like, well, I may not get that job. Or I may not qualify for that job.
Yeah.
My resume not, you know what I'm saying? You never know.
Yeah, because...
You never know unless you do the shit.
Yeah, and that's why I say like the confidence comes in, because if you don't have the confidence to believe that you can do whatever someone puts in front of you or whatever you want to do, then it's just like, well, I'll just apply to be a janitor because that's probably all I qualify for. Like, no, you can qualify to be like with Chase. I applied as a teller. That was my first job out of college and coming back to Chicago. They told me, you're wasting your time when you apply to be a teller. Now, because you're a teller, you have to work your way up. But if you would have came in and just applied to be a banker, you would have been at 6 figures.
Because you were scared of the no.
So exactly, and that's my point. If you have the confidence to just say, I can do whatever I like. If I want that job, I can do it. Because something, as long as you meet the requirements of the guideline, like if they don't ask you for a fucking PhD degree or nothing. But if you fit in those guidelines of the minimum requirement, you can do whatever job.
And I think you can finesse that.
Like
I said, it's confidence, it's discipline, and I honestly believe it's patience.
Yeah.
I think people, if you don't have the patience that everybody thinks it's supposed to happen overnight, and it's not going to happen like that. I don't know what business, what job people have, what school you had. I mean, schooling you had that you never failed in.
Mhm.
Like everyone has failed in something. If you haven't, that means you're just scared.
Facts.
That's all it means. Like you're legitimately scared to fail, but that's how you learn. That's how the fuck you learn. If you fucking have this,
That's probably the easiest way to learn.
that's the
is by
easy way.
failure.
You gotta.
Learn the hard
I'm not
way.
saying purposely do it, but you got to fail. You gotta. But it's not saying you have to fail, but you gotta at least attempt.
Failure is a part of success.
Yeah, like you said, it was in the definition.
And just to touch on Rob's subject, like he was saying, the confidence. Like I don't necessarily think that it's confidence because I know a lot of confident motherfuckers who are lazy. Motherfuckers who know
But they don't have that drive.
They
It's
don't
that
have
part.
that drive. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think that discipline, honestly, like just outweighs all that shit because it's hard to get into a routine, especially some shit that's gonna fucking create your future of freedom.
It takes 21 days to break a bad habit.
At the very
Because
least.
21
very
straight
least.
days.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that's on some shit just as far as like sitting at your outfit for the day. Not let alone a fucking business or something that's gonna create financial freedom. It takes way longer to get in the routine, you know what I'm saying, train yourself.
I can't remember where I seen this from, but I seen something where this one guy literally wears the same outfit every day.
Yeah.
So he doesn't have to waste his mental thinking about what the fuck he gonna wear.
Yeah.
Oh my mama.
That was me and you talking.
Juice
Yeah.
told me that years ago before
Yeah.
you went to Dallas. You told me that years ago. You was like,
Bro,
us as human brain, we use too much energy on thinking about what we're gonna wear the next
it's a
day.
muscle. It's a
Yeah.
muscle. Conserve your muscle memory with small decisions so that it makes your larger decisions that much more easy.
Okay, this
The
nigga
man,
just spit.
the man lays out his outfit. No, matter of fact, he wears the same thing every day to work.
Like he's Homer Simpson.
So he doesn't, yes, like Homer Simpson. He doesn't have to think about that shit.
Right.
So therefore, he eliminates one small decision and saving that muscle memory for a larger decision. Meal prepping, laying out your outfit, just planning your week ahead.
I'ma
To
bake
save
your
your
ass up.
shit.
I'm going to get a fit off though.
But-
The first day of school, I'm getting a fit off.
But the thing is, like you said, I find myself sometimes because like my day has to be planned from the time I wake up.
It has to.
And if I start realizing like, man, okay, I know I have to be at work at 12, so I got a couple hours before that to get what I can do. So now, if I want to get more done, I gotta wake my ass up earlier now. 6, 7, and it gotta be like I gotta get the fuck up.
5:45.
And now I can't exactly. I can't think about what the fuck I'm wearing because that do take a long time. So
A
the night
long time.
the night before, I ain't gonna lie, I fucking get all that shit ready the night before I go to sleep. You know what I'm saying? And I'll fucking get up, get my day started. I'll be on the move, bro. By the time 12 o'clock come, I'm up. Like, one person I listen to a lot, thank you, said, is Nipsey Hussle. Like, if you listen to him, he always speaking about, like one bar he said is, I be up at 6, niggas sleep in. And that's facts. Niggas be sleeping and wasting their day. Like, 10 o'clock is late. 9 o'clock to me is late. You getting out the bed at 9 o'clock,
Depending on their jobs.
depending on your job, G. But, you know what I'm saying? Like, you getting up at 9, 10 o'clock, I don't give a fuck what your job is, G. That's late.
No,
Like,
that's
unless you work overnight.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's cap.
But I mean, if you work overnight, then that's when you
Yeah,
sleep.
yeah.
But most people, you get up though.
Immediately after my overnight job, and then still work, and then DJ that night.
But that's not good. But one thing
I was saying, that's not good.
I did,
No.
But I did the same thing. I worked overnight, and then that made me realize I need to do something different. I need to put myself in a better position,
Right.
so I'm not doing this bullshit
So you don't have to
for
work
5 to
overnight.
10 years. And I realized that shit quick.
Respect to the overnight work.
No, it's not. It's not overnight. It's working overnight, then working in the morning, or working overnight and having class or something in the morning.
But see,
you know what I'm saying?
it's all dependent on the person, because for me, as long as I have something to do, I can keep moving.
Yeah.
If I have nothing to do, like for example, if I'm just at the crib and have nothing to do, there's no reason for me to stay up late. But
Exactly.
if I work an overnight job, which was back then was 11 to 7, and then I work Dollar Tree from 8 to 12, then from
dead.
But the thing,
No.
it's
I'll
time
be
value,
cool.
G.
Yeah, it is time
It's
value.
time value.
But
Just
it's
24
like,
hours in a day, bro. people really don't utilize 24 hours. You can spend an hour coming home, taking a
Looking on
shit,
Instagram.
looking at
Oh,
Instagram.
yeah.
You on the toilet for 30 minutes, 45 minutes, because you scrolling through. You just looking like, damn, I just wasted 40. Them could have been 45 minutes doing anything
Yeah,
else.
which
bro.
is true, because that's why now I used to wake up before I started working out, which is shout out to Jet Life Fitness. I started working out with James because every day I started noticing I was waking up at 6 in the morning. I need to do something at 6 in the morning. I can't just be at the crib watching TV, looking at my phone, playing the game or whatever. I need to get up and do something. So I started working out from 6 to like 7:15, 7:30, working out with James because it's just like, why not?
Your day go better.
Yeah,
Go by
like
better.
why not? Yeah, because it's a positive start to your day. Because you get done working out, you look at yourself in the mirror, like, all right,
You got
some
energy.
Yeah, you got energy. So it's like you can tackle the day a lot better than just sitting at home, like you said, looking at Instagram, looking at your phone, sitting
Yeah,
on the
bro,
toilet.
you waste-
How about this though? I got a devil's advocate type of thing just in my head.
No.
No, okay.
Right,
But
not reading that.
do y'all believe just everybody's not supposed to be successful? There's got to be failures.
There has to be people who are failures, but at the end of the day, you don't have to be that person. So do whatever you can to not be that failure.
Yeah.
To
You
not
can,
be
you
that
can
statistic.
fail. You can fail, but at some point you can always bounce back and become successful.
I ain't
Yeah.
gonna
And you
say
don't have to
gotta
be successful
like,
at
people
certain
like failures, shit like that. But some people are just meant to not have that drive.
Yeah, there has to
not
be
that-
someone who has to be the
You know what I'm
garbage
saying?
man. There's
That
someone who
one-
has to be the plumber.
And that's
all
no
that
offense to
kind
them.
of
That's hard.
That's not a bad job.
That's
though.
not a bad job.
Plumber
That's
makes
not.
six
That's not
figures.
saying
I'm talking about people who really just don't
who
do
sit
shit.
up and don't do shit.
Like yeah, it's not anybody has a job. That's fine. I'm talking about
Nah,
the people.
and
Like,
that-
cause you think about this. Think about this. You wake up every day and don't do nothing.
I think that's a. I don't want to
That's
say mental
failure.
disability, but it's something in your
That's the only
cognitive thinking skills. It's something in your brain that's not fully functioning to the point where you're not able to
That's just people that don't have
comprehend that.
But
I
that's
think
people that don't
Tennessee-
have nothing on that list that you said.
To answer your question, I think that success initially is in everyone.
It's in everyone. Correct.
yeah, everyone could be successful.
Because some people who might not do shit, you may know a nigga who don't do shit, but he might try to fucking rap. And he'll write a rap down and he'll do that. He has that in him to want to do something. His raps might be ass. You know what I'm saying? He might not ever
But-
make it off that shit, but he has that drive. Something in him made him do that
But you know
to try
that-
to be successful.
But you know where the difference comes in that
That's a
in
that's
that instance.
that's a
Hold on.
cop out.
Hold on.
That-
No,
I
no,
believe
no.
shit like
I
that's
do-
that's
I
a
do-
cop-out, bro.
I do
Like,
believe that's a
that's a
cop out
cop-out.
to a certain degree, but at the end of the day, as a rapper, you have to pay for studio time.
Exactly.
How do you pay for studio
You
time?
invest in yourself.
You have to invest in
That-
yourself.
people
So
want
how do you
easy
invest
way
in
out.
yourself? You have to find a
You
job.
think that's the easy way out?
People want easy way out.
Well, it's not necessarily that.
No,
As-
everybody wants
as-
an easy. If I had an easy way out, I'm out.
So we all young black men, right? What's the first thing most shorties go think is the first way to get rich?
Hooping or rapping.
Hooping or rapping, G.
Hooping,
right.
Hooping or rapping. So it's not
What's
that.
the likelihood though?
It's
Oh,
not.
no, now scamming. Scamming.
But it's
is-
not-
Whoa, no,
Bad.
and you too, and you too.
But now shorty's seeing other ways, and so now that you get exposed to different shit, it's like you said, shorties do YouTube. How many motherfucking shorties you see? How many young people you see come up and they got a t-shirt design? You may not ever buy it in your life, but they fucking printed something on a fucking t-shirt and tried to sell it.
Yeah.
So now
Even-
they're seeing that nowadays they're seeing different ways to be successful, and they're copying or they're emulating and they're trying to do whatever they're doing to be successful. So I think with the whole rapping or whatever the case may be, that's all you know. You know what I'm saying? Just how you say some people grew
It's a
up.
cop out.
Some people grew up with nothing, G.
I still
and
think-
you don't got. So some of the things that you did, was it because your parents and your household taught you how to do it?
Yes, I would say
Half and half.
because
That's 90%.
because
They put you in those positions.
It's 90%. Like
they put you in a position. They kind of implant what
They
want
implant
out
the
of
seed
you.
in
They
you,
want
bro.
they want what they put what they desire out of you in you as a child. Like kind of say like, hey, like I remember I wasted a year in college trying to be a doctor. I tried to be a doctor because my mom was always saying, "Who's going to be the doctor in the family?" Like that's a common theme in Caribbean families.
Rob brought his mom up episode 10, 11.
Yeah.
Every episode, his mom need a sponsorship, and Chase need a sponsorship.
But she used to always say like, who's gonna be the doctor of the family? Who's gonna try? So I tried to be that, and that wasted a year of college because I tried to do that thinking like that's what I should do because she said that, you know, instead of what I wanted to do. If I really went what I wanted to do, bro, I would have been in accounting with all of you
My
guys.
parents, hey, go to college, get a job, you're successful.
That's fact.
And that was success.
And I'm
and then
doing
you
nothing
do
that
it,
has
and
to do
I'm
with college.
good. I'm good. I can take care of myself. But at the time, I'm like, damn. Okay, it's a certain level that I can only get to by doing this. You know what I'm saying? So then the next thing you go do is probably look for a higher paying job or another job. You know what I'm saying? So it's different steps, but I had to put them steps in to get to that level.
But even then, like the thing is, a lot of our parents from the past our parents are using the things from the past that made them successful, which is a college degree. You got a college degree, you instantly you instantly become middle class at the very least. Mm-hmm. But that doesn't matter no more. Nowadays, like
you can skip that whole 4
you
5 year
can skip
process.
all that. Think about to be honest, all of us in pillars, we probably make more than what people who have bachelor's and master's degree make.
I have both.
You got both. Facts. But
Well,
you was making good money before then.
I'm finna probably piss a lot of people off by saying this, because like you just said, the 4 or 5 years of college or whatever was pointless.
No, I would never say. I wouldn't say it was pointless.
I said the wrong words.
Yeah,
Like,
I wouldn't say it was
if
pointless.
you're doing something else, like my thing is that when I go with the cop out type shit, no pun intended. So, and we know people like this, and I'm not down in their job and things like that. So why would you go through the college process, everything, have a major, want to be this, and this goes back to success and patience. Why would you want to do that, and then a few years down the line, things not going your way, the first thing you run to do is to be a police officer?
Facts.
It's an easy job to get.
It's a cop out. No pun intended. It's no, seriously, like, because my
Literally
thing is, you know, like, because
Yeah.
it's like
Police officer or firefighter.
if you be paid, because you didn't have to go through this college process.
I went through the whole process.
Yeah, but like you literally spent all this money on college.
Only
winning this
damn near
profession,
six.
Like you said, like
That's a cop out, bro.
it's an opportunity, bro.
Because you just said it's the easiest thing. It's a cop.
It's-
Anything that's the
if
easiest
you
thing.
and if you got
is a cop-out.
a degree, you
Because
most likely will get the job.
That's what I'm
It's a
saying. Because to
cop-out,
be
bro.
a police
It boosts
officer
you up.
or
But
a
you
fire
didn't
department,
need
you
it.
only need a GED
You
or a
ain't
high school
need it.
Nah,
diploma.
you need credits. You
No,
need at least-
Nowadays,
you
but
need credits, bro.
before then, you didn't need
and
it.
it put
bro.
you ahead, bro.
Bro, well, yeah.
But before
it puts
they-
you ahead, but technically to be a firefighter or a police officer, you really just need a GED or a high school diploma. Now, if you have a college degree,
But your odds are
hold
getting
on. Yeah,
pulled.
that's what I'm about to say. If you get a college degree, it boosts you up, but the minimum requirement is literally that. So because me and you took the test. That's what
I'm pretty
saying.
sure my
That's what I'm
business
saying. Me and you
management
took the
class ain't
test,
got
and it was
shit to
all
do with being a police
yeah,
officer.
it was all high school shit. It wasn't
But
nothing.
how many people get jobs in the field they majored in? Those
Nobody.
motherfuckers going to college majoring in life studies. Or I don't know.
Fucking anthropology.
Anthropology. Like, what the fuck? I don't know what that
But
is.
that
shit.
was their choice.
It don't matter though. You'll come out. Okay, you go to college. You get a fucking degree in African American studies. What the fuck job is African American
Exactly.
studies?
So that's their choice. That's on them. I'm talking about.
So if you got a degree in African American studies, you like fuck. I ain't got no job in this shit. I can't graduate in this shit. Oh, police officer job opened up. That's an opportunity.
And that opportunity, yes. But you got to go back to why the fuck are you in African American studies? Is your
you
major?
probably never didn't know no better.
Come on, G.
You probably didn't know no better,
Come on,
G.
G. They shouldn't even be offering that shit as a major.
That's real shit. That's real shit.
The
Cause
only job you gonna get is
'Cause
fucking
you're gonna be a fucking
That nigga-
teacher.
That nigga would be fucking what? Going down the hallway, let's go. Like, come on, man. Like,
no,
like,
real shit. That's the one thing about college that's kind of fucked up is like they're not gearing us to be anything really in the future. They're like, hey, you could be majored in this and this and this.
But you hear about it. You hear the intern and do other things to be successful.
But how many times have they actually pushed that towards us? Like, hey,
they not pushing that
They're
shit.
not pushing it. It's on you to do it. It's on you
But
to.
also, the education, especially for the black community, they not pushing the shit that we need to be
Nah,
successful. Because I tell you one fucking thing that they definitely need, and I've been in that position that I've seen these young kids do it, and I gave them opportunities and jobs to do it. Kids don't know how to fucking listen to. They don't know how to interview. They don't know how to have a resume. They don't know how to dress properly for an interview. This the shit that's important. I sat there with this job. Everybody, they at least had to be 18. They was 18, 21, like between 18 and 24. I'm the only black manager there. Everybody there, they asking them questions, stuff like that. Some of the kids, they rocking, they this and that and the third. Every last one of those managers there, which was white, said, no, I don't want them. And I said, I'll take all 4 of them. And they looked at me crazy, like, because I'm a black man. I'm like, just because they didn't know how to speak correctly, interview correctly, or resume, that doesn't mean they can't qualify. That doesn't mean that they can't do the job. They just wasn't taught well. You're not gonna know shit unless you're taught that. What? No school, especially in the black schools, are teaching them. Stop fucking teaching them shit that doesn't matter. Bro. If they don't want it, like most high schools, like they give you majors. Listen, I was a business major in high school. I don't need to know biology. I don't need to know chemistry. I don't need to know that. If you're a chemist, you don't need to know the bit. You don't need that. We need to be teaching them shit that matters, that they want to matter. So if you want to be an artist, you need to be learning stuff about art, drafting and stuff like that. You shouldn't be taking fucking
how
chemistry.
to make money from art.
But one thing that should be for everyone, how to fucking speak in I think language is right. How to speak in an interview, how to interview, how to write a resume,
how to eat out when you go out, like
the proper etiquette of things. But they're not teaching us that. The people I see in college, they're not teaching us that.
And that comes down to.
And that's why the kids can't stay focused. If you go in there like, listen, this is how you write a resume. Okay, I'm the interviewer. I had an interview one time. It was on a fucking elevator. The teacher taught me how to interview on an elevator because you didn't know where you would be interviewed. You don't know who interviewed you. They could slip you up. You could be coming to the job. That person at the help desk that's just randomly talking to you could be the person that's interviewing you. You know what I'm saying? But they not teaching us that. So all that other stuff, if they don't need that, push it away. There's no need for that. I took weather and climate in college. What the fuck do I need to know about the clouds?
Jazz and rock.
Jazz and rock.
I don't need that.
But for people that's majoring that and have their career in that, that's perfectly fine. Because I know you would probably say, if you're a musician, you probably looking like, why the fuck I need to be you know what I'm saying, need to know anything about doctors.
Yeah.
Like,
I don't need to.
Like James, we all got master's degrees. Mine's in business. James is in sports therapy. This nigga know everything about the body. Every bone, muscle. I don't need to know that shit.
But that's the reason why his business is being successful, because
it's strictly on that.
But he knows it.
As long as you know the basics. As long as our black people know the basics, that's all I ask.
Yeah, but what Mike is saying is like basically we learned a lot of bullshit that we didn't really need to learn. Like biology.
Finite math.
What?
But biology means nothing to me. I don't care about the anatomy of the body. It's not something I learned.
But I can say all in all, you know, like you were saying, college don't necessarily teach you what you necessarily need. It worked for us.
It was the experience.
The
But the thing about it,
getting to know each other.
It wasn't even the kicking it, bro. Because you got to think about what the fuck we was doing back then. We threw a party and made $20,000 in a party with 15 niggas.
We were just talking about that.
We made a fucking $20,000 profit in a party with 15 niggas. So the shit we doing for Pillars, we been doing that shit.
Charging $10 to $20.
But that's true.
We've been doing that shit.
Hold on.
We had
50 at the bus.
But hold on. But did that have anything to do with EIU? That had to do with what we were doing, not EIU. EIU didn't teach us that. We taught ourselves that, and other members of our fraternity taught us. College, because we went to Eastern, that helped us get into the spaces that taught us. But it wasn't the teachers at Eastern that taught us.
I'm not against schooling. I just say the gen edge and kind of cut the shit out. Like cut the gen edge shit out.
That's what I'm saying.
Teach our kids computers. It's still kids out here that's typing like this.
Yeah. Oh, that's me. I don't know how to fucking type.
But I'm talking about kids nowadays.
Yeah.
Everything you just fucking.
I never learned how to type, bro. It was something that never interested me. I didn't give a fuck.
Some person was shocked that I knew the capital of certain states. I said, "What do you mean?" She thought I was a genius because I knew the capitals of certain states. And I'm like, "Are you tripping?"
So, All right, that was a good topic though. But we gonna go right
That was
into
good.
one of the another reason to gain success, and this is something that's kind of people that started on.
He told you look fucking wasted right now.
Listen, the fucking shit's been stopped recording.
Yeah, hopefully, I,
He finna come on to you motherfuckers. You know what? This was a good topic here, man. This was a good topic.
hell yeah. Forget to edit the video and shit. But no, another thing that comes with success, and I think a lot of people have this as a negative, is are you a leader or a follower or a worker? So most people when they trying to like start their business, everybody want to be leader. I'm the boss. I'm the boss. And if you have a team, it has to be one leader, and everybody else has to follow. You know what I'm saying? It's protocol when it comes to any business.
It is.
Any business. Any successful business, everybody follows protocol.
But you know what comes
That's
with that?
pride.
That's what I was about to say. You gotta have your ego in check. Like,
But it's nothing
if you-
wrong with being a follower. It's
Yeah,
nothing
'cause-
wrong with being a worker because you need, if you got a team, it's just like us. We all know, and we got to give props. You and Weaver started Pillars. Y'all did y'all thing. Y'all went out there and made sure the shit happened. Weaver is creating. He doing everything. And not one of us has ever challenged the decision. He gives us the opportunity to give input, to work, to do whatever we doing. At the end of the day, the decision's made from the top.
it's
We
between
got to
Mike
make the
and
shit
Trey.
happen.
Yeah.
If he say, I'm going to spend every fucking dollar we got, it's our job. Okay, go out there, make the motherfucking,
Make more so
make
we
the
can
money
make
happen.
it.
Go get the sales, do what you got to do to make the shit happen. And you got to have that,
It's protocol.
you got to have that in any organization. Everybody can't be the leader. Like,
Robert rules
Like
order.
we've been practicing history for fucking over 10 years.
Right,
Yeah,
right.
yeah.
But that's what I'm saying. We've been in an organization where
Protocol was respect.
you-
if
protocol.
y'all never heard of Robert Rules of Order,
Robert rules order. Check
Robert
that out.
Rules of Order, go get you a fucking library card and go rent the book and read the shit. Robert Rules of Order breaks down everything you should
It
know.
definitely helped me be successful. And like I
But-
said, we've been doing that for years, and it's not an ego thing. That's why
It's
I said
not a pride thing.
It's not a pride thing because we all have had presidents of our organization. I was the president of the organization, and it was mostly everybody was older than me. So it takes a lot of pride. Like I don't really have to listen to the thing, but that Robert Rules of Order is like, listen, this guy's the president. You know what I'm saying? Like this is our leader.
Yeah, and that's,
And if you
that's,
lead-
the, that's the other thing too, though. It's like we've all had leadership roles,
Right, exactly.
outside of what we did in college
Yeah.
and when we were in the professional world. So, like, because we all had leadership roles, we all know and can recognize, like, all right, at this time right now, I may not have the leadership role in the entire company, but I have a leadership role. Like, for example, like how we joke around, like we joke around at this store at least, like I'm the manager at Ford City. So because I'm the manager at Ford City, like certain decisions come to me. But when it comes to big decisions, look, DM Weaver or DM please say the baby. That's it. Don't ask me for shit outside of certain things that I can answer right away. If you need something more
Unless they
complicated,
really was trying to talk to
Or
me.
shit that
yeah,
you don't- shit you
So,
don't want to deal
so
with.
any,
Talk to Mike.
Oh, I hate that.
yeah. So right,
Oh, yeah,
if you
you're the
have
owner.
if you have any complaints and you need to speak to the owner,
Oh shit!
wait,
just work there.
what
Drake would say that shit quick. He was like,
right. What was Scott Hall shit?
right.
No, but that's real though, man.
Yeah.
I mean, but
You
that
gotta
goes
learn.
back to you being a leader, man. You can't be a shitty leader.
Yeah.
Like you can't expect
Oh, it fucking crumbles.
you
Yeah.
can't expect people to do something that you're not going to do.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like if you're not doing it, you can't expect your team or somebody else to do the shit.
You gotta bust your ass 10 times
10 times more.
Cause
10 times more.
as a person, if you see your leader busting your ass 10 times more and you fucking in the bed half the time,
Yeah.
that's gonna make you look bad. You gonna tell yourself like, damn, he busting ass.
You can't. You
I
gotta
should
get.
bust mine.
You gotta
But-
get with the fucking
and,
program.
and that goes with being successful. I know a lot of people talking about the no days off and things like that. I think that's just it depends on the person. It depends.
It depends what your goal is.
It depends on what your goal is.
Because it's added motivation. Because it's just like if you're a part timer or something like that, you look at it like, damn, Mike is in here every single day. Mike is working and not complaining. Why can't I do the same thing? You know what I'm saying? Because like Ron, for example, he's the newest member right now. He's just like, he's trying to be in the founding five. To be in the founding five, he's like, I'm gonna bust my ass because I want to be just like them. You know what I mean? So to get to them, I have to work just as hard as they working. So if I see Mike working hard every day, if I see Duke working hard every day, I see Rob working hard every day, I see Sid, I see Drake working, doing everything, I have to at least do that very bare minimum to even be considered. So it's just like, you have to as a leader, you have to be able to put as much work in that you expect out of your employees, so that your employees can look at it and be like, all right, at least if shit hits the fan, I know he's going to be in the battlefield with me and not just in the back chilling, you know, not really helping me or not answering any questions I may have. Like, that's an important part of a leader, because you have to be able to be in the front line just as much as the person who is not the leader.
Hey, let's go back to the original being successful. Like I said before, I don't think it's a blueprint to it. I just think
It's a blueprint, but it can be
Adjusted.
It's no specific route to it.
Yeah.
Everybody route, it can take you down left, right, spin you around a couple times. The thing is, as long as you get there, and how you get there is working harder than the next person you think is working harder than you. You never know. It's always gonna be somebody working harder than you, so you gotta try to beat that person.
You gotta understand your strengths and weaknesses.
Right.
You gotta know it. You gotta know that shit.
And you sit back and you network, you ask, you know what I'm saying, you
Oh my fucking God, G.
but you
I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry. Man, our cameraman, this nigga be off of 3-5, bro. This motherfucker, this whole little world, G.
but no,
in the
but-
woods.
Man,
Y'all are wrong as hell.
like I think everybody's success story is just a little bit different. You know what I'm saying? I wish everybody just with this episode, fire this nigga. With this episode, just you know what I'm saying, just really just go out there and just try to focus. Like Frank said, write your goals down. You know what I'm saying? I know everything sounds cliche. I know you seen on social media, write your goals down. You don't see us doing this. You don't see us doing that. Don't eat, don't. We're not saying that.
No,
Do
take
what-
the time out to really think about what you want out of life,
What you want out of
because
life.
it's not easy.
You could.
You can want what I like.
The simplest shit. Like I
Yeah.
keep telling, like people need to stop down in the 9 to 5, because there's people with 9 to 5 making 6 figures, millions and millions of dollars.
There's nothing wrong with There's nothing wrong with.
It's nothing
There's
wrong
nothing
with-
wrong with taking care of yourself and doing what the fuck you gotta do to take care of yourself.
Also, somebody has to do the 9 to 5. Everyone can't be an entrepreneur. Unfortunately, that's the reality of the world. Everyone can't be an entrepreneur because someone has to fail as an entrepreneur.
And my success story, like what I want, me being successful, what I consider being successful,
it's
is
different from the next person.
different. All I want is to be able to take care of my family, my daughter, and I can be able to afford all the shoes I can get. That's my it's real shit.
Real shit.
I want to be able to be like, I know I fucking made it. I'm paying my mama a fucking mortgage, or pay the house off, or pay my dad car note. I pay my sister this. I pay my brother this. My niece straight. My nephew straight. None of them have to worry about anything monetary. Is what I consider that I made it. That I'm successful now.
Because that's honestly what I can say is happening now. Like, I can say, even at the level we're at, like this is a perfect example of what I mean. Like what we've been saying, like that success level is not enough. Because right now I can afford to take care of my family financially and still take care of myself with no problem.
Hey, yo.
Of course, my friends, but. That's not a.
We not edited that out. What you talking about?
But that's not enough. I need more, because
I want more.
yeah, I want to live my best life. Now that I know my family could be taken care of with what I have now, I need to live my best life as well. So
Facts.
yes, I will work every single day to make sure.
Facts.
Like, okay, I'm working every day now, but 2-3 years from now, I may not ever have to step foot in a fucking store again.
I would just
and I will still get a fucking paycheck.
I was just
easily.
telling Juice that, like, listen, I'm busting my ass now, so 5 years down the line, every day is an off day.
Yeah, I never have to come here.
That's the difference.
I
I'm busting
only
my
come in here
ass
when I
now,
have to
so
discipline
every
when you
day is an off day. Every day is an off day.
It's on the way.
I'm still gonna bust my ass because that's just natural in us. We still gonna grind
it might
and
be
stuff like
something. You might come up with something else.
Right.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Like,
But we busting our ass.
Nothing but heat. Fuck you talking
Right.
Hey man, yeah.
You know
Cause
what
it's
I'm
been times shit I done been like, man, fuck this podcast, bro. And I'm looking at that shit. I'm like, bro. I'm like, nah, G. I'm like, man, motherfuckers done spent $10,000 on equipment.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
Higher tone.
you know, it's just the thing. Like, you can't like just say you go quit something. You gotta be persistent. So fuck it. I need to watch other podcasts. That's another thing. Whatever you're doing,
Learn.
see what everybody else is doing.
Learn.
You can't be like, I'm a
Whatever field you trying to get
man.
in,
You
watch what they doing.
gotta know what they're doing. It's like I relate a lot of things to sports. I think sports and real life is kind of the same. Like you practice good habits to get better. The same thing with life. Like you got to practice those same habits. You know what I'm saying? Like when I used to coach shorties, I'd be like, everything got to be routine. Like you wake up, brush your teeth, become normal. So it's just like coming in the gym. You do certain shit to where it becomes normal, and you do it every day, and it's like clockwork.
But when you don't do it,
When you don't do it,
fail. Ben Simmons. Like it's a lot of people that came. There's all time. It's a lot of people.
Paul George.
It's a
fucking
lot of
Rico.
people that came in the NBA without a jump shot. DeMar DeRozan, he didn't have a jump shot.
But he
He's
could
a
dunk
mid-range monster now.
But he could dunk that shit though.
Right.
yeah, but it's just putting in the work.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? The thing about it is we don't see the work. We never. Nowadays, cameras on people. You know what I'm saying? Hoodie Mello. You see them putting in the gym, but you don't see the players putting in the work. Like you never really see Kobe put in the work. You just seen Kobe come out there and be an all-star, a fucking champion.
You just hear the story.
And you like, man, Kobe raw as hell. Kobe putting in the fucking work.
Yeah.
You don't see this shit. I just watched something where they was talking about LeBron. Kendrick Perkins was on All the Smoke. He was talking about LeBron. Like, man, this motherfucker will go to bed at 10:30 every night. We could be kicking it. All right, y'all, I'm going to bed. You know what I'm saying? That's a sacrifice he's making to be fucking LeBron James. I'm gonna spend $200K on my body. You know what I'm saying? He's doing those things to be
Million.
LeBron James.
Million.
So we all like, oh, LeBron James is this nigga. This nigga is working his ass off to be LeBron James for fucking 18 years.
Not just
in the
working,
league.
but he's sacrificing.
You know
a
what
lot
I'm
of
saying?
things.
And he doing that shit every day. It's just being consistent, putting the work in. You know what I'm saying? Like, sometimes I have to sit back and look at it like, man, we done got a lot. Like, because to me, I'm just kind of working. All us, I would say all us, we all humble.
Just going through.
We
the
never
motions.
been a motherfucker to be like, man, we them niggas. You know what I'm saying? We show a little money, we show a little things, but that's like success. People see that shit, they like, damn, niggas got a little something. But we not out here just being the most flashy niggas we could. We could really be shitting on motherfuckers, but we really don't. We be humble. We open our doors to everybody. Motherfuckers come talk to us, do all that shit.
Ask all the questions.
You know what I'm saying? So, but thing is, we stay grounded, we stay humble, and we stay hungry. You know what I'm saying? I had to sit back and think about it like, we had 3 t-shirts out the trunk. You know what I'm saying? Pop-up shops.
I still got that G.
In Houston.
I still got
In
that.
Houston,
And
everywhere,
Houston just
bro.
selling t-shirts.
We doing this shit everywhere, bro. But and then I'd have to think about it again, like
Drove to DC.
driving to DC, driving to SIUE, 4 in the morning, getting back, fucking going to work. I'm sleep at work, whatever the case may be. We doing whatever the fuck we gotta do. But the thing about it is, when people be like, "Oh, you can't work every day," but we did, and we see the results. And then when you see the results, you get hungry. You want more results,
enough.
and you keep doing it. It's not enough. You like fuck.
You
You look up like,
You're
oh, you done made 500,000. Boom. That ain't shit now.
And that's
it
what I'm
ain't,
gonna
it
say.
ain't even
It
been
don't-
arrogant. It was 1 sale a week,
Bro.
to 1 sale a day, to 3 sales a day, to $100 a day, to $1,000 a day, to $3,000 a day, and you just keep it going and you break that shit down. So then when you hit your numbers, you're not surprised because you know them numbers is coming.
And you want to beat the numbers that
It's
you
not.
had
It's
the previous
not.
day.
It's not luck. It's nothing.
Every
it's
day.
being, it's being
Every day
consistent.
we looking at numbers. Like, man,
Bro,
what we do last Thursday?
Hey, look, exactly. We be in here, me and Juice be like, all right, we need $500 to cover
Bro, we
for
too
whatever
cool.
we did last
Make
week.
a post on Instagram. We ain't making no posts. You know what I'm saying? Like, Rick Ross said something like, man, I feel offended if you working with me and you don't post about the shit every day. I'm offended. And that's facts, G. You gotta, social media motherfuckers can say, oh, I don't get on social media, it's this and that. That's because you looking at shit, to me, from a negative aspect. Because you can't absorb all the negative shit in. You gotta start, social media, motherfuckers make money off social media. Motherfuckers sell
Easy.
product off social media.
Easy.
Motherfuckers to get a job off social media. You know what I'm saying? Like you got to look at it like in that aspect. You got to look at it in that aspect. You know what I'm saying? Like you got to be consistent. You got to be persistent, And then we think about it like, this ain't work.
No.
Like, yeah, you get tired, you get fatigued, but it ain't work. Like, I'm going to find a way within my realm to make my space comfortable. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to find my routine. I'm going to find my way. Everybody has bad days. It's human nature. But you limit that shit. You know what I'm saying? You find what you good at. You find your routine you good at. You find a way to make your day efficient, make it convenient for you.
Yeah, and that's why, like, for me, what I say, what helps my day go better is working out early in the morning.
Facts.
If I work out early in the morning, I'm already on the high because it's like I did something that I thought I couldn't accomplish before.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? So, like, now, I don't even know the weight I am, but I know the first time I did them deadlifts.
Gained up.
Yeah. When I first did them deadlifts, only did 25 on each bar. Now I'm over 100. Over 100 on each side of the bar, so it's just like that feels good because it's like,
that's what's up.
yeah, it's just like now I'm feeling good. Like I feel more confident coming in because it's like, not bless you. Now I got games.
Facts.
And hammer.
Facts. Well, shit, y'all got anything else, man? Y'all want to leave for our viewers, man? Like any tips, any strategies?
Don't give up. Just keep pushing through. It may not be easy at first. And it's always gonna be some form of a struggle that comes in to whatever you want to do, but you just have to persevere because if you believe in it enough, it'll happen. That's all I gotta say.
Set the goal and attack it. Don't just go to it. Attack that shit.
Attack that motherfucker.
Attack it, and then once you achieve that goal, look at that as it was a shit and try to do another goal 10 times harder.
Mm-hmm.
Stop. Don't keep going with the
Don't
same
settle.
goals that's very easily achievable. You know what I'm saying? The achievable shit, if it's really, really achievable, you're not really gaining anything from it. It's not really, you know what I'm saying, making your mind move, not making your body move, not, you know what I'm saying, the energy.
But you gotta have people around you that believe in the shit in your vision as much as you believe in your vision. If believe in your vision just as much as you, if not more than you. Because without that, you know what I'm saying, success is gonna be more difficult.
For sure. Well, shit. Y'all got any questions, comments, man? Make sure y'all drop a message or leave a comment under the comment section. Hit that like button. Subscribe to the channel. Follow the page on Instagram _nothing_but_heat. And man, we just working, man. Hopefully, what we was talking about helped y'all out. Y'all got any tips? Like I said, just hit us up, shoot us a DM, shoot us a message, and man, we out. Peace.
Heat, seeking.
Ether.
Speaking of success, Young and May got a raw ass song.
Secrets, you want the fire, look for me. Heat, seeking, ether, vegan.